This video is your sign to move to Thailand, because after being here the last 2 years, getting into a relationship, getting out of one, making friends, making best friends, traveling to different countries, living in different apartments, making money, losing money, and just going up and down these roller coasters of life, I don't think there's any better place to go in the world than Thailand. Just because when I first came out here with $1,500 to my name, no income whatsoever, I didn't quite think that, I was gonna make it, because I had no income. I didn't really have any skills. I had really no idea what I was gonna do, like how I was actually gonna stay out here long term. Now, of course, I had the idea that I was going to do some sort of online kind of money thing, because there's no way I could work in person out here in Thailand, as a Grab driver or at 7-Eleven, just because number one, it's illegal, and then number two, you're probably going to be making upwards of $15 to $20 USD a day. So that's obviously not as much as we need to survive and to thrive out here in Thailand. So we need some sort of way to make very good money, like USA money, out here in Thailand to live enjoyably, kind of how we want, and do what we want to do when we want to do it. So for myself, the only options that I really had in my mind was okay, maybe I could do e-commerce, maybe I can do day trading, affiliate marketing. I mean, there's so many different things that are online these days. But for myself, it was just really a matter of who I knew. And all of the people that I knew out here in Thailand, they were doing either high ticket sales, fitness coaching, or just something around those lines where they were selling some type of service online. So that's when I came to the conclusion, I'm gonna go all in on high ticket sales, and started just trying to find a legit gold mine offer, because keep in mind, when I first came out here, I was already kind of on a roll, but it was a very shitty one. It was B2B, no money coming in whatsoever. So it wasn't technically high ticket sales. It was very, it was no ticket sales. We weren't selling shit. But yeah, I mean, just focusing and locking in the first few months of coming out here, even after going broke and having to fast for 110 hours, I was finally able to land my first gold mine offer. And let me just tell you, it's not as easy as it sounds. There's plenty of times where I was in these networks, and all of these people were saying how much money they were making, maybe 40K, even 400K a month. And I was thinking to myself, how are they so different to me? We're all just flesh and blood. We have the same brain, same body, the same time in a day. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow, how much time did I waste in the 9 to 5 in university and playing video games, smoking weed? These things just kind of set you back. But the reality is you can't really change the past of what you could have done, what you should have, could have, would have done. But the thing is, you can change the future. So after screaming outside the window, why can't that be me? Just some scarcity mindset type of stuff. I was okay, I got to lock in and just do every single thing that I can do to move the needle forward to be able to start making money online. So that's when I just literally every single day I woke up, went to the gym in my apartment, because I could not afford a real gym, tanned a little bit, and then just went straight to work, outreaching, networking, making content to be able to put myself out there. And with doing that, I was able to make the right connection at the right time, and was able to lay my first gold mine offer. And at the very first night, the very first day that I started working on this offer, I was dialing, it was the grand opening of the offer. Imagine they cut the scissors to the rope, it's brand new, no closes yet, no sets, very clean slate. Okay, so I've never really set appointments for a gold mine offer before, or for influencers, so it was very brand new to me. But the very first few dials, no show. Someone finally picked up. And luckily enough for me, this was probably the hottest lead in high ticket sales history, because just as an appointment setter, just saying the influencer's name, they just started diving deep into the pain points that they were experiencing with day trading. And with that, I was able to kind of correlate what problems they were having with the solution that I was selling. And then something just clicked where I was I can just sell this guy right now in this moment. And that's what I did. 2,500 USD collected right there on the spot via PayPal, not to me, but to the influencer. But I got $250 straight in my account. On top of that, the sales manager at the time, one of my good friends, he sent me an extra $50 just because it was the very first sale on the offer. So $300 my very first commission. And he sent it to me. They usually send it every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. But because he knew of my situation and the fast that I was going through, he just sent it straight away. So it was 6 a.m. 6 or 7 a.m., no pun intended. And I was watching the sunrise, tear going down my face, and I was like, finally, we made it. And this was like a few months after coming out here, so it's not gonna be instantaneous. Like when I say like, this is your sign to move to Thailand, this is like a sign to be able to realize that you can change your life. Like it doesn't have to be the same every single day. If you don't like what you're doing now, you can always change it. And that's the beautiful part of life. Like if things aren't going your way, as long as you keep moving forward, keep waking up, just keep doing your best, there's always a chance that it's gonna get better and you're gonna get into a certain situation where you're not like trying to escape your life. Because in all reality, like when I was in college and even in high school at some points, I was always trying to escape my reality. I was trying to smoke weed, play video games, get with meaningless like girls, like just going off the rails in terms of like just meeting with girls that I didn't really care about. And with that, I just kind of got lost. And you know, it doesn't matter like what you believe, God, no God, but I do believe in heaven and hell. And of course, maybe in the afterlife, depends on what you believe, but I think there's heaven and hell on earth as well, just personally, because I think I've experienced both. First off, with experience hell, that's like when I was fully lost in pleasure, you know, just living for it, waking up, smoking weed, jerking off, playing video games, going out to drink, clubbing, and having no real purpose or intention in life. That's when I felt the most like I was in hell. Like I just had no love, no hope, no anything. I was just like, I was a doomer. I don't know if you guys know what that is. That's like that's like from 3 or 4 years ago. It's like a term. It's like basically a person who has no hope, no will to change anything, and just accepts reality as it is. But I think the biggest thing that changed for me, and what I think would change for you, to be able to get out of that situation into something better, is just by waking up to the fact that like no one's gonna come save you. You know, no one's gonna come knock on your door and give you all the money in the world to unlock the keys to go travel the world and live completely on your terms. Like no one's just gonna hand it to you. And that's what I kind of realized for myself, because I was like always like thinking like, okay, maybe one day the opportunity will come to me. But what I realized is that you have to go to the opportunity. Just like the gold rush back in whatever year it was. Like the gold didn't come to those people. You know, the rivers of gold didn't just land into the people that were in Georgia or Florida or anywhere on the East Coast. They had to go to the West Coast to go get the gold. So that's kind of the point of this video, is that wherever the opportunity is, you just have to go there, because the opportunity is never going to come to you. And the opportunity, the money, it's always moving. There's always different opportunities, different years. Like the internet, you know, that was one of the biggest opportunities ever. But now the next opportunity is just like selling stuff online, whether that be a service, course, whatever it may be. And of course, there might be an end to that as well. But the beautiful part is that if you always have the right people in your corner, you're always going to be branched out in terms of your ideas, because as an individual, you can only have so many ideas at once, because you know you only have one brain. But when you have a very big network, like in the high table, we have like 110 people in person in Thailand. That's 110 brains. So if you connect all those brains together, that's one very, very big brain. And because it is a very cliche saying, but you know, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around. And with knowing that, like just knowing that you're surrounding yourself with 5 people in the 9 to 5, you know, drinking, smoking, partying, and just being complacent and content in the 9 to 5, it's very likely that you'll be able to be content there, complacent, and just settle for that reality that you're in right now. And that's kind of what happened to me as well. It's just like, you know, we make the money, spend the money on food, video games, weed, going to raves, and then just repeat that cycle over and over again. But with coming out here to Bangkok, surrounding myself with people that are levels above me, physically, financially, mentally, and just in all areas of life, I was ultimately able to level up myself as well. So that's one of the biggest things as well. And especially in Thailand, you can't really fail. You literally cannot fail. Because I mean, I've had a few of my members in Living Unchained. They come out here with very little savings, no income, just as I did. And you know, maybe 1 or 2 had to go back home just because like they weren't locked in enough. But the rest, I mean, you can't fail. You just can't. Like, it's so cheap. The people out here, you can sleep on my couch. It's just a 9-day difference compared to back in the States, where everything is super expensive, super far away. But here everything is very condensed, very concentrated, and it just makes things a lot easier and a lot more efficient in terms of getting shit done to move the needle forward to where you're actually trying to go in life. And since like coming out here, you know, I just expected to be in Thailand the whole time, but I've traveled to like Dubai, Bali, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and these places I didn't even expect to go. But because of like taking that first leap of faith, that first opportunity, other opportunities came from that. And I got a lot of good YouTube videos, a lot of good experiences, a lot of good relationships, and it's been an absolute blessing. But these blessings and gifts don't come without taking a risk. Because the thing is like the universe does reward the bold. So if you're not bold and you're just timid, living day in and day out, just like doing the same shit every single day and not living to the standards that you wish you could kind of live up to, you're never going to reach those standards. And that's just like kind of the truth. Because the thing is like with never taking risk, you're never going to change. And that's one of the coldest truths of like reality, because you know, risk are very scary. Change is very scary because it's like something new, something uncomfortable. You've never really done it before. But after taking a few risks, it's just like a walk in the park when you take, you know, other ones. But as time goes on, you know, taking less riskier and riskier things is ideal, like in terms of life, just because like if you have kids and stuff, it does change things, because not only do you risk yourself, you risk your family. So that's a complete different story, to be honest. But if you're just alone in your 20s, risk everything, because what do you have to lose? If you lose everything, you just end up back to where you started. And, you know, that's not very far at all. So it's just like a video game. Like if you're level 0 right now and you want to get to level 10, just do whatever it takes to get there. Because the worst case scenario is you just end up back to where you started. And that's not very low level. Like it's not like there's no risk at all, is basically what I'm saying. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's basically it for the video. This is literally your sign to move to Thailand, because, I mean, for you guys who have an attention span, I'm going to show you guys like my room. Recently, you know, I'm a bachelor now, and I cleaned up the place a bit. Check it out. We got the workstation right here. The biggest change was the bathroom, but if you guys are based, you guys know who this motherfucker is right here. This fucking GUTS. Guts with the berserker armor. Then we have LED lighting at night. I turn on the red lights, you know, I forgot what it is, but it helps the melatonin receptors. We got the whole station here for ourselves now, no more makeup. The bath, I need to find someone to help clean this drain. The views are absolutely spectacular. Cowboy hat right here, I'll pop this on real quick. Whoop. Yeehaw. Then we got waters there, my boxing stuff right here. I just cleaned up the plates. I popped half Madaffy, so I'm low-key kind of dialed in right now. And yeah, punching bag right here. You guys want to see the artwork Ram and I created? He's sleeping right now in that room behind him. Ooh. It's Leslie the Ladyboy. Whoo. We got a chessboard right here. I need to clean that up. I need to clean up the countertops, but other than that, we got a speaker right there. We have the tanning station right here. Got some tanning oil, some dumbbells if you want to work out while you tan. And I mean, this is literally a sign to move to Thailand. This place is like 1K a month each, like on average. So like 3.4K. And we're in the prime location, so it can't be a lot cheaper. Like, I don't know if you guys can see. Way over there, that's where I first started. My very first apartment. Let me see if I can point to it in the camera. It's like way in the distance behind the fog. That was my very first apartment, $340 USD a month. Very cheap compared to where I am now. And the second place I lived was right around there. There it is, the line. And that place was around $500 a month. So a little bit upgrade, a little bit of an upgrade. Kept moving closer to the city. My third apartment was right there. The big tower, the little tower, and the little tower. That's Modi's. That was my third apartment. And there I lived like maybe 4 or 5 months, 6 months, I'm not too sure. But it was a little bit cheaper, it was like 15K baht a month. But every single time I kept moving closer and closer to the center. And now we're here. And you know, now facing, I think we're actually in the best location. I don't think we can level up anymore. But yeah, we're right next to M-Sphere, M-Courtier. If you guys know what that is, it's basically like the top 2 malls, in my opinion, just because they have U-Hunt, we cook. They have everything you need. They have the candy massage, you know, if you know, you know. But yeah, I'll show you guys like the inner part of the city as well, because like how much closer can we get? I think the peak building is, or like right here, there's like a penthouses there. And my friend Alex lives in that one, if he's watching this video. Yeah, and then we have a basketball court over there. We just went to go hoop like yesterday. Prime example of why you should move to Bangkok. Woke up, smashed some pre-workout, went to the gym, hit back, hit biceps, Did 6 rounds of 3 minutes on the bag with my boy Joe. Then following that, went home, had some calls, did some follow-up, played some 2K, and moving on from there, we were like, why don't we turn this into real life? So after a few 2K games, we went straight to Bin Shakiti Park and balled up on some Thai Tiggas, and won a few games at first, but I only eat once a day. So after already 2 sessions and then playing basketball, I was already kind of drained. The cardio was low-key pretty much all the way gone. But yeah, and then Joe came there as well. Ram came. Then we had a few teammates who kind of sold out on us the entirety of the time. But yeah, then we just went to You Hunt, We Cook, got some chicken, eggs, rice, sweet potato fries, a few milks, played some more video games, and went to sleep. And, just making money, living how you want, and doing what you want to do. Like no drinking, no alcohol, no drugs, and just living kind of up to your standard has just been an ultimate game changer. It's like very peaceful. And that's like the highest form of energy is like peace, unconditional love, and just being in the flow state. And just living out in Thailand, it's very, very easy to get into that flow state just because like you can't fail. There's so many good people here. The vibes are immaculate. It's just absolutely insane. And we have a very insane mastermind coming up next month. We're actually in probably like 15 days or less. Jake is coming back in February. Ram is coming. Abu is coming, I think. Dean, Joe, a few other people as well. So it's going to be an absolute insane experience. This is going to be my 3rd mastermind in Samoy. We're going to bring this camera, shoot some content for them, do some boxing, Muay Thai, drive on the bikes with the shirts off, no helmet, no license, no anything, and just live sabai sabai, which means relax in Thai. But other than that, guys, that's enough yapping for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Boom.